Okay, so in this first part, we've got to kind of set the stage and get all of our content ready so that we can actually do this exercise on locks. So really quickly, I'm just going to make a three-part tour. There's lots of other tutorials and power-ups that talk about this, but I think it's worth just kind of going through the motions because it's such a common thing to do in Eris. So I've already logged in to the Eris editor, and as you can see, I've got lots and lots of games. And I'm just going to create a new one called PowerUp. And power up, and we'll call this advanced locks. And I'm going to set the location to be a little closer to where I'm at in Madison. And the tour that I'm going to make is just really around our office space at the university. That'll probably be a good start. So let's just do this tour again really simply, but it's kind of fun to go through the motions anyway. So we're just going to have one scene, the starting scene, and I'm just going to make 3 plaques to keep it super simple, and I'm not even going to use any media. So let's just do stop 1, and we'll have this be the field day office. And for description, say this is where the magic happens. And again, I'm not going to do any media or anything fancy like that. And then let's make the next stop, and we should probably drop over to stop 2. Gosh, there's so many cool places around here we could talk about, but let's go to our new office. We're in the middle of moving from a tiny little house up into the 11th floor of a big fancy building at the Center for Education Research. So by the time that this thing comes out, we'll have already moved over there. So let's put in that stop. And then we'll do a third plaque, and this will be stop 3, and this is Java Den, which I'm not sponsored by Java Den, but this is definitely where we all go to get our coffee. We think they make the best coffee in this side of town. So I got 3 plaques, and now let's add them out to our scene so that they kind of appear on the map as triggers. So I'll add stop 1, and then I'll add stop 2, and then I'll add stop 3. And let's position them. So there's a couple ways we can do this, since they all show up, by default as triggers that are location. It's probably a little easier to do it in this view. It's kind of weird that they all got, they weren't put in the right spot at all, but try to line these up a little bit. Let's orientate. So we're up here a bit. Let me kind of get these more into position. It just used the starting position to figure these out. Let's see where we're at. So we're Union South. We're pretty close. So which one is this? The field day office here is right here. Oops. Discovery. We are, believe it or not, we are this tiny little house right here. That's where we work. Used to be a cousin subs, a sub shop when I was an undergrad. And now I lost my other spots. Java Den is right about here. Let's take a look, zoom in a little bit. The botanical garden, physics. Here we go. They are right here. And then I lost my spot again, but here's going to be our new office right across the street from the coffee shop, which will be very convenient. In this side of the building, the Education Sciences building. Good. So those should be pretty much everything we need. For the sake of testing, I'm going to let them all just be available anywhere so that I don't have to actually walk to these positions, but obviously that's something you might want to change. And we should be good with those 3 simple stops. So I'm going to do a cool little trick. We could make another power-up about this, but I'm going to record right off the screen of my phone. And all I did by the way, to do this is I just hooked up a USB cable from a phone into the computer, and then I opened up QuickTime and selected the input here so that it's the phone. So let's just make sure this all works. So I'm going to touch Eris. It'll be under mine. It'll be at the bottom of this list. And I've got this Power Up Advanced Locks button for that game. And let's, again, I didn't add a description. I kept this really simple. Let's load the game. Cool. So we got our 3 spots. That all looks right. And you notice that all 3 of them are there. And I can go to each one and I can view it, and not very interesting, but that's not the point of this Power Up. So we've now set the stage, and we're ready to get into setting up some locks, and we'll do that in the next video.